It's a sad day here in 406 Broncos. A lot of upsetting news.
Hi everybody, welcome to 406 Broncos. I'm Dakota. This is Mac. And it is indeed a sad day here in the 406 Broncos studio. Because we have cut C.J. Anderson.
I don't like this. I
We
don't like this at all.
are not happy about this move at all. So we're going to dissect that. We'll talk about... Basically, this is going to be a pretty dedicated show to C.J. Anderson. The man, the myth, the legend. But no, we're going to talk a lot about C.J. Anderson, talk about his career, talk about what he's done for our team, and kind of just talk about the move in general. And then we got a few other things to talk about too. Just signed 5 one-year tenures for some franchise guys that were up this year. And then Baker Mayfield visit for the Broncos as well. But let's kick it off with the big news of the week, being C.J. Anderson let go yesterday by the Denver Broncos. Take it away, Mac.
I don't want to take it away. I'm mad about this. Really.
I know.
We were just before we even started the show, we went back and watched YouTube of everything CJ has done for us and highlights wise, and I got a little emotional because
Dude, that's
that
our
guy
boy.
was clutch.
That's our boy, man.
And he's such a good dude. Even his sign off with the Broncos was just like, you know,
It's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, I mean, he has a heart set in, like, with the Broncos, you know. Man, I just hate this. Like, I love that dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't talked about much either, and
He deserved
surprises.
He deserved to be recognized a lot more than he was.
He deserved to be more in the spotlight than a lot of them are in the Broncos.
And I think a lot of people, I don't know, I think it's a mixed review on him. Because I was looking at some comments today, and a lot of people were really disparaging about CJ, and I just don't understand it, man. Like, the two of us, we really enjoyed CJ Anderson. Let me tell you,
it was a bowling ball, yo.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something.
A pinball, he bounced off everybody, and then, you know.
Oh, he had that muscle. He could truck through people. He's a speedy little guy, and he's not the biggest guy. He's not the fastest guy, but he got the job done, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about C.J. Anderson. That guy is an A+ person, and he's a damn good teammate. When he was crying after the game, and think what you will of that, when he was crying because he let his team down, that moment I knew C.J. Anderson is a true teammate. He cares about his team. He cares about his craft. He was a dedicated athlete just to perfect what he is. Went from being a undrafted free agent to a Super Bowl champion, man. That guy has a lot of heart, and he deserves to be on any team that will have him.
Yeah.
And any team is foolish not to sign him.
Exactly. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I did have something. Oh, I guess just even the fact that how, like, good of a person he was. And exactly when
Great
we
guy.
saw him last year, he did that fumble, and he just,
Yeah, because
made
he
him
let his team
distraught.
down. He let the team down.
He let the team down kind of thing, and it just really hit him. And, man, I felt, like, even emotional for him. Like, it's okay, man.
Oh, I know.
It's all right. I mean, we all screw up, kind of thing.
Well, he always tried to be better than the year before. You know, he there was always question on his health. He didn't miss a single game last year.
No,
the year before that, he had some injuries.
Yeah, that knee injury.
But
well, and just for the fact, and say what you will about the whole protest and everything like that, he was not one to be in the publicity of it.
Never kneel.
He stood up and just, stood up for the national anthem and kept to himself, kind of thing. And I like that.
It was all about the team.
It was all about the team. I really liked how he did that. Just in the fact that how good of a person made him one of my favorite people on the team.
Oh, he was so exciting to watch too. Just He always had that energy. He was just an energetic player.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I heard that news, dude, my heart kind of sank.
Well, and this is something that we've kind of been.
We were thinking
that's been hinted at for a while.
For a bit, but
we've been talking a lot about it.
I don't know. We're here questioning what they're doing, and I just could not believe with the C.J. Anderson move. I'm just like, why?
Here's my biggest.
I see what we're probably gonna do. We have no idea really, but we have hints and can speculate what they're gonna do. But C.J. Anderson, he was cheap. He's been with that team since 2013. He's been there for a while. What, 5 years?
He knows the system. He knows the city. He knows the building. He just knows. He knows the Broncos organization, and it just doesn't make sense to me. For one, the biggest thing that doesn't make sense to me out of any of this at all, and I get it. It's a business. You're saving some money, whatever. That's not what confuses me. The thing that confuses me about the whole thing is why not wait till after the draft? If you are dead set on maybe getting Saquon Barkley or getting another running back, because yes, there's a surplus of running backs in this draft, but why not wait till after the draft? And when you have a secure player that you have set your eyes on and drafted him, then maybe cut him. But why do it now when you don't know what you're going to do? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me as far as that end of it. And if you want to go out and get a guy like DeMarco Murray, that ain't going to cost you any less. That's going to cost you more, if not the same. And you're probably going to get the same product, to be honest. Because DeMarco Murray's a little bit older. And to me, C.J. Anderson, and they're very similar running backs in the way they run. So you're not going to get a greater value, to me. I don't know. But the only other thing that I can think of as to why they did this, there's two reasons that I've thought of as to why they might have done this pre-draft, and it's either they have their eyes set on someone that they want to sign before the draft, or they were worried maybe about him getting hurt in their workouts and whatnot. Those are the only two reasons I can possibly think of to.
There is a reason, but for that I'm not sure. I don't know, but I'm a little upset for the situation.
What's CJ's career stats?
Well, I mean, it shows you. I don't know in total. It shows you year by year right here. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. I didn't see that part. He got 3,051 yards with us. 20 touchdowns. You had to read some of these.
152 first downs.
152 first downs.
20 for 20 plus. 2 for 40 plus. Only 3 fumbles. Damn, that's really only good. 3 fumbles in 5 years.
Yeah, 3 fumbles, 3,000 yards.
Off of almost 700 attempts, he only fumbled 3 times in this NFL. Are you kidding me? And they just really cut that guy over $4 million. You got to be kidding me. We just signed a guy who could potentially be our 3rd cornerback, or no, our 4th cornerback for $4 million. And you can't keep your starting running back who's been with you for 5 years and helped you win a Super Bowl? Dude, you got to be kidding me.
He was the one who got us there, pretty much. Well, not only because we were going to do this, our favorite C.J. Anderson moment. We're all going to go to the year of the Super Bowl 50, where it was lights out. The snow game. We all talk about the game in the snow and what he did for that run in the overtime.
That's my favorite.
It is one of the best moments watching football. That whole year was so awesome to watch, and he made it too. That right there, overtime. Was it 24-24?
something like that. Yeah, we just watched it. I think it was 24-24, yeah.
Or 21-21. One of the two. Can't remember specifically. But yeah,
Patriots.
Just running it, and then, oh my gosh, just all the way. Yeah.
Huh. I remember watching that game, and we were off our feet, just cheering. God, that was a great moment.
Freaking out because it was such a good comeback too. We didn't think we had a chance. Peyton Manning wasn't there. Brock Osweiler was playing, but Brock Osweiler was playing lights out.
Yeah.
And then having
CJ
just
takes it at the end.
Yeah, he just ties the knot right there. To even watching in the divisionals when he was clutch moment against the Steelers in playoffs. I mean, and
and the Patriots in the AFC
get us into the AFC Championship. I mean, it wasn't just Von Miller who was lights out in the playoffs. Freaking C.J. Anderson killed it.
Dude.
Like, he had over 100 yards in Super Bowl.
He had 100 collective passing or receiving and rushing yards and a touchdown. Like, that's a good performance for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody can be Deion Lewis when it comes to the running back. That's a great performance for a running back against a good Panthers defense. Like,
no matter what happens, and if they get a better running back somehow, it still hurts, man. I loved that guy. Like,
and he's like I said.
No matter what,
I think the biggest thing is because he's just such a genuinely good guy. That's why this is so crappy, and he is fun to watch, and we really enjoyed watching him. You know.
Oh yeah, we always went.
Well, I was gonna say that for the end. Of
okay, fine, we'll do it.
I know. I was gonna say it for the end of the CJ.
But I was gonna say we probably want to go into.
I know. I just was gonna say real quick, and then we'll do our thing.
Okay.
I just want to say one thing about C.J. Anderson. No matter what, he will always have that ring. He will always have that ring with the Bronco on it.
There you go.
So
it says 50 right on it.
That's something that holds forever, and that's special. So
he retires as a Bronco too.
Thank you, C.J. Anderson, for everything that you did for the Broncos organization and for the team. We especially enjoyed watching you. For everybody that has something bad about CJ to say, you know what? I don't understand it. But this is a special guy, and a mile-high salute to you, sir. And for one last time, CJ Anderson, CJ Anderson, CJ Anderson, CJ Anderson.
How long are we gonna? Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. That was our touchdown. That was our big moment. CJ Anderson chant.
And whenever he did something, that's what we could do.
And that will be missed as well.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore.
Now, moving forward, now that CJ is out the door, what does that mean in the draft as far as Denver and the potential of getting Saquon Barkley?
I don't think it's gonna happen. If that was the idea, I think Saquon Barkley is gonna go way before 5. To be honest, and I mean obviously it's not way before, but it is still way before.
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna be one of the top picks now. Like, if Cleveland's got 2, one of them is gonna be to Saquon Barkley.
I just personally think that if this is the plan, if that was the idea, was to cut CJ to get Saquon Barkley, that was kind of a risky move, you know? Like I said, why not wait till after when you have... Realistically, they could have used CJ as almost trade bait in that. If they wanted to. If that was the goal, like, we don't even know if that's the goal right now. But if that was, you could have traded with the Browns to number 4, just swap picks, or traded with the Giants and said, hey, we'll give you a 3rd round and a 2nd round plus our 1st round swap and C.J. Anderson. You know, and that's something. You know, that's something that I think somebody would take. But now you've gotten rid of that trade, the trade possibility that you have there, and also, you don't know. You don't know how the draft is going to wind up. You don't know that anybody's going to want to trade with you. And if that really is the goal, that's the only way they're going to get him, is they're going to have to trade up. And if they are going to trade up, they're going to trade up with the Giants. They will not trade up. Because I still personally believe that the Browns are taking a quarterback number 1 overall. Whether or not the Giants do we'll find out. I don't think the Browns are going to trade down. And even if they do, Denver can't risk the fact that the Giants might still take him. So if Denver's going to trade up to get him, it's going to be with the Giants. And it's going to cost a lot.
I don't know. I just don't know if it's worth it that way.
I mean, they could still take a running back in 2. But are we really going to trust our running back field in the hands of Devontae Booker, who's going to be in his 3rd year, D'Angelo Henderson, who's going to be in his 2nd year, and then a rookie? Like, that's going to be our... I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about Barkley and that possibility? I mean, you kind of said that you don't think it's going to happen. Do you think it's likely we could trade?
I don't know. Is it really worth trading and giving up a lot just for a draft like that? A guy... I mean... It all comes down to, how they perform in the NFL. I mean, they're lights out in college, but you always see that in the NFL it can fizzle someone out.
Yeah. Well, Barkley isn't. They're pretty sure he's going to be NFL.
I mean, pretty sure or not.
Yeah. I mean,
to be
running back is a very high injury position.
That's the thing too. It's just I don't think we need to risk so much for just one person, or pay out for one person.
I think if he drops to us miraculously,
now
we will
at
take
the moment we do need one. Like I'm really not set in stone with Devontae Booker being our number 1 running back. I don't care for that much. The guy is not bad, but still is not number 1 to me.
I can't even think of any good free agency running backs out there besides Murray, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they don't have the money for that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know what they are doing. I just could not believe it kind of happened. But with that kind of move, it has to be hitting towards something. They have to pretty much fill that spot. Like
I said,
really
man.
Think Booker's going to do it? I don't know.
I think they're banking on the draft for one to get somebody, whether it's Barkley or not.
See, now I'm on the fence here because we kind of dialed it down like last week that it was probably going to be either a quarterback or Quentin Nelson, and now I'm like, well, hell, we got 3 spots here that I'm thinking I have no idea.
See, and I don't think we're gonna take, unless it's Barkley in the first round. We're not gonna take a running back in the first round. We can get a good running back in the 2nd or 3rd round.
C.J. Anderson was undrafted.
Yeah. This is, like I said before, this is a pretty hefty running back class as far as like the depth of it.
I don't know why that just bugged me after I looked at it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. But I don't know. That's all I really got.
Go ahead.
That's all I really got to say about that. Other news though, we signed 5 franchise tenders to Shelby Harris, which is big. I'm very glad we got that done. I didn't even realize that we hadn't had that done yet. Shelby Harris, Zaire Anderson, Elijah Wilkerson, Joseph Jones, and Jordan Taylor. Mr. Fumbly. He fumbled once, and that's always been his nickname. So those guys are all going to be on the team. Maybe that was part of it. Who knows? Maybe they risked 1 to keep 5. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just that's a big one. Like, that's a spot where, I mean, like I said, C.J. Anderson was the guy. Like, for that spot, now we don't really have a main guy.
And team workouts started this week too, so voluntary team workouts have begun. Also, what?
It's just the lull.
It's a depressing day. We're not happy. We're mad. We're full of anger. I'm a tornado of anger swirling about. Also, as has been happening this whole after the combine, I guess, Baker Mayfield is on a 2-day visit with the Broncos. The man that we selected in our mock drafts that we did last week is visiting with the Broncos, but as did Darnold, Rosen, Allen, all these guys. So, which leads to us to think, are they still looking at a quarterback? This is going to be a very interesting draft because it's all about what's going to happen, and we're going to have so much to talk about not only next week but the week after the draft. And team schedules come out Thursday, so we'll be talking about that at some point soon too. Keep an eye on that, and we're going to decide which game we're going to go see.
We do this. It's kind of our new yearly thing.
Going to at least one.
Yeah, we go to one together, but get together, figure out which one. We usually like to get prime time.
When did we buy our tickets last year? June? I think that's when they go on sale, is in June.
Something like that. I don't remember.
So.
I gotta win big in Vegas because we're going in Vegas in June too, as well. So.
Man, we should try and find some season ticket holders. We gotta try and find.
Well, we talked about that last year.
Well, remember all the ones that we found didn't have either our hookups didn't have connections anymore, or.
Well, how are we?
Because that's the way I'd want to do it, is get face value season tickets that are good seats, and they'll be cheaper this year because we didn't have the good season.
We sucked last year,
and we have no promise for this year either.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it'd be hopefully a little better.
You know what I'm excited to do?
I like how our line looks a little better, and I like Keenum. I have faith in that guy.
Yeah.
I do.
You know what I'm excited about? No. I'm excited to do predictions, to do preseason predictions, like as far as like divisional, like what we think the divisionals are gonna look like as far as records, and. Oh
yeah. We'll do a lot of that stuff, probably.
Leading toward, coming up to the season. I mean, we only have like 21 or 20 shows until the season starts. So, that's not too bad.
I mean, how many have we done already? Is 6?
This is, I think, 6. I think this is 6.
We've been doing this for 6 weeks now?
Doesn't feel like it.
No. It's crazy.
And we promise we are getting the podcast going. We were just looking up some stuff about that, so we're looking to. Don't point at me. You too. We're both busy guys, but we're gonna get it done. And we could have done it this week, but we decided next week's gonna be a better show since it's our pre-draft show. So next week we'll have it all set up for the pre-draft, and then we're also gonna start putting our videos direct to Facebook so that you'll have hopefully a better chance to view them instead of clicking on the link to YouTube. However, still subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get updates weekly. And please invite your friends because we're looking to still grow this thing. We need more likes to get out there for more people to hear it.
We want every single person in Montana to subscribe. Every single person.
Hey, we want every Broncos fan to subscribe. We want people to know what we're thinking here. You know, it is we're a Montana-based organization.
Broncos, everybody.
But we want people from all over. And then what else? What else? We're gonna get the podcast, so you can sign up for that as soon as we tell you that it's up and running. And then
there's not much. I mean, this was mostly a.
It was a C.J. Anderson
day.
Day.
It was pretty much a dedicated show for C.J. Anderson.
Because we really like that guy.
A couple little things to talk about, but C.J. Anderson was the most. Your biggest moment for C.J. Anderson was the snow game as well?
Oh, dude, yeah. Absolutely. If I had to say number 2, it would be his performance in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
For sure. But, I don't know. We're going to miss C.J., and we really appreciate everything that C.J. did.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
He's a good boy. Good little boy. What about his Sonic shirt? He always wore a blue Sonic tank top under his jersey. Yeah, I remember that story from the Super Bowl. They were talking about it.
I didn't know that.
Because Sonic's fast. So he always wore the Sonic shirt. I can't remember. There's more to that story, but
Oh, okay.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny.
Good old Siege.
All right.
Well, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week to talk about the draft in our draft special. And you have a good night now.
Yeah, I farted.